on January 18th, the North Node moves into Taurus, and it's feeling luxurious, bitch. It's feeling secure, comfortable. My ex got me this from Saudi Arabia, and it's like one of my prized possessions. Anyway, interestingly enough, though, this is happening the day before Aquarius season starts. And so there is this very like futuristic, future-oriented shift that is happening. So I want to use one of my Christmas presents and pull from this very futuristic, mystical manga deck that I got. It's absolutely beautiful. But I wanted to touch on this transit because I think it's extremely important. I feel like everybody needs to know their North Node. Excuse me. Their North Node placement. And you can Google that, just North Node calculator. So the North Node is basically like the North Star of your life. It is like what you're here. I like to, the way me personally, every astrologer will tell you something different. But it's like what you are here to do. The lens with which your purpose is seen through, like, or manifested through. And so the North Star is guiding you to really, like, this shift is like your North Star, your guiding force is really shifting you to cultivate, to redefine, shifting you to redefine and cultivate value in your life, and how you divine value, but how you define value. For some of you, I mean divining, like, you know, if you know, you know. Excuse me. But Taurus, don't get it twisted. Taurus is the connoisseur of the zodiac. High quality will be required, demanded even. Don't get it twisted. Scorpio is right across the way. So high quality is going to start to become a priority to you, and in regards to your mission, doing the highest quality work, drawing in higher quality people, accepting, allowing high quality work and high quality people to come in and out, you know, that kind of thing. It is really a season and a period to lean into connecting with your senses, connecting with your intuition, and allowing your senses and your intuition to guide you to your destiny. And I wrote this down because I think this is important. Destiny involves choice. And this is just my personal, like, me looking at the definition of destiny, the definition of fate. Destiny involves choice. Fate is outside of your scope of control. Fate will lead us to destiny, but it can only take us so far. The rest is up to us. And so there is this, and that's where your free will, your lovely, coveted free will, comes into play. So, this, I mean, in the idea of destiny, it doesn't necessarily, it's going to be, I feel like it's a great time to really start getting quiet and tuning into what is your purpose. What do you feel like you're here to do? What are you naturally good at? What have you already been doing? 8 of Pentacles. Nice. Like I just said, it's time to focus. It's time to spend some time alone. Spend some time visualizing how you can bring in these coins, what are you already doing? What are you already good at that you can monetize, that you can invest in? What can you do with this time and energy? I feel like it's time to stop putting your time and energy and good years, your good health into petty situations, immature interactions. It's like, yeah, like you already know. Some of you are with people and they're already showing you, like it's still fresh, it's still new, it's still a baby budding of a connection. And it's just like, they've already shown you some red flags. Pay attention. Don't do the same thing that you've already done. Be willing, yes, congratulate yourself and be proud of yourself that you've been willing to try again. But being willing to try again, okay, so it's like, let's say you've gone through this painful heartbreak and you are finally ready to date again, and something comes in and it's been, good enough, passing, but there's still like, something's off. Stop ignoring that. Stop trying to like plant dead or water dead trees. Stop trying to water dead houseplants. And so North Node in Taurus, shifting into Taurus, is going to give us opportunity to focus, time and energy to focus, so that we can try again, so that we can rebuild, so that we can mind our own fucking business. Because there's so much healing in minding our business and tending to our value. Your skin glows differently. Your hair behaves differently. The universe responds to you differently. You get what you want when you mind your fucking business. Like, seriously, there's just... It's all peach tea and lemonade. I don't know. It's just nice. So, okay. What is North Node outside of like our value? What is the North Node shifting into Taurus going to be making us focus on? What's going to be the primary work to be done? Ten of Swords, shifting our mind, I feel like, about our value. Two of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed. Okay. The Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Wow. Okay. Some of you, I feel like there's this sacrificing of the superficial for like reaching like the ultimate. Like some of you, I feel like you thought you were there, but you're really like, wow, being prepared to go even higher up. Both the Empress and the Hierophant are Venus. Venus retrograde. Venus is currently retrograde in Capricorn right now. And so, give me a second. Okay. The North Node shifting into Taurus is also going to be bringing in patience, an ability to slow down, take a beat, really allow yourself to think long term, play chess, not checkers. But it's also going to be putting us in a position to turn our back on the struggle. That's something that came through with the Uranus video too. It's like there is this turning your back on strife. I actually feel, I'm not very familiar. This is like my first time reading with this deck, and I'm pretty sure this is the yeah, that's the Ten of Wands. Okay, so it's interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's like something, it's just like, it's very Empress energy. Like some of you, I feel like you've been giving all of your abundant life force energy into either superficial things, just trying to get money, just trying to like, flex on these hoes, or buying the newest something, or all of your like life force and whatnot is going into a relationship, going to like trying to connect with people. I do feel like there is this turning your back on the way that you used to value yourself, and a new level. Wow. Hierophant, Judgment. I do feel like they're being called up to a higher level. Like there are parts of you that no longer is going to just prioritize. Like your priority is no longer just like the mushy, ooey gooey love stuff. Hydrate, light it if you got it. And there's some real wisdom that's acquired here. But it's acquired because of these tens, these endings, and the willingness to have the new beginnings in multiple areas of your life. The North Node's coming in to really get you in motion, not to get you to burn out. Because like Taurus is not struggle. Taurus is Venus. It's abundance, luxury, pampering yourself, self-care, really, but also like taking care of yourself so you can get the work done and really like get into that very prosperous mindset and accomplish whatever your definition of success is. So please clarify the Eight of Pentacles. What do we need to be focusing on? Outside of, because definitely it's like turning your back on whatever was so strenuous. Maybe some of you turning your back on Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements is going in a different direction than expected. I do feel like there are connections that are coming in. Some of you, there are connections that you've been wanting to be romantic, but they're like really just like soul contracts. Like you really have needed to, like you've needed to meet these people. I feel like there are lessons from old wounds coming in, especially if they are involving a Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles for this North Node shifting into Taurus. Outside of the obvious, what do we need to focus on? These cards are it's interesting because they're so slippery and they're delicious to read with, but they're very reticent. They do not just like, it's a very clear message. And like all that shuffling for one card. Queen of Wands, what we're needing to focus on, yes, is getting confident enough to step into our value, getting confident enough to wield our physical, spiritual, and sexual energy in such a way that it levels us up, that it really attracts in. You know how to turn, it's like you figure out how to turn it in, turn it on, turn it up, dial it back. You figure out how to manipulate and maneuver your attraction energy and your passion. I do feel like there is this, what we're needing to focus on is like your dopeness, your fire, your getting yourself also into a place of feeling very confident and upbeat. If you have, I feel like also there's some of us are needing to move our, like do more physical activity so that we can get more comfortable in our skin. Doing more physical activity so that we can get really comfortable in our minds. Giving our mind a break whenever we're like moving our physical body. Death, yeah, there is physical, spiritual, or sexual transformation that's coming in, and it's coming in because of something that you've finally released. There is maybe something new with someone, or an ending with someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, or a deep, deep transformation. Maybe something is coming back, maybe even coming back to life with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio placements. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too. Feels like very brush with death, brush with like the I want to say profundity of it all. And I hope that that's a word. Like how profound it all is. Ten of Wands. Please clarify the Ten of Wands. What do we need to be turning our back on? Because there's stuff that I think the North Node is going to come in and just automatically close some doors. So if you can already start moving towards the doors, you know, move towards closing the doors that need to be closed, that's way too much. But first card, no, that's too much. What do we need to turn our back on? It was a Knight of Pentacles. So I will say there is something about like the struggle, or like how hard some of you have been, like it's time to allow ourselves to really check ourselves so that there isn't this burnout period. And it's like you can, some of you, it's like it's important to take what is of value and shift, pivot, go in a different direction. What do we need to turn our back on? Five of Cups, the emotional conflict. I feel like also there may be someone around like limiting your time with the people with the doom and gloom, really, really heavy, dark energy. Some of you, I feel like, are done trying to resolve these people's problems. Stop trying to fix everybody's emotional conflict. I feel like it's a really important time, and we're going to be shown the ways, like we're going to be able to see our own shadow. I feel like that's a big thing that's coming in. Like you're not going to have to work hard to do the shadow work. There is this like spillage, I feel like, or like, you know what I mean? There's just like exposure also. I feel like when things come to light, don't wait for the fucking second or the third and fourth red flag. You know what I mean? It's important to understand what your boundaries are, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. If there may be people coming into your life that have really toxic coping mechanisms, that may be still dealing with substance abuse, that may be really bad alcoholics or drug addicts or sex addicts, or really, really like unable to deal with their mental health, unable to like help themselves out of their mental health state. And so it's important for you to be a support and to be there. I mean, to be there as much as possible for people, but you can't fix anybody. And you can do all the work that you feel that, is necessary to lead the horse to water. But if it's going to drink, it's going to drink. And if it was going to drink, it was going to find the water with or without you, honestly. When you're thirsty enough, you start to look for water. When you're hungry enough, you start to make food, And so, and that's something that came through also. I know that there's, I feel like it's important for us all to see the ways that we've come full circle. But another thing is like allowing ourselves to learn the difference between love and enabling someone. Because you can want to like help someone and like take care and coddle, but whenever you know that you're not happy or that you're depleted and you trying to stay and fix somebody who doesn't want to help themselves or fix themselves or do the work is ultimately going to end up falling back on you. So just putting that out there. What's this Two of Cups reversed? Please clarify the Two of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords, King of Swords, King of Swords. So there may be harsh words spoken. I feel like boundaries are, that's what I'm saying, like your standards are raising. And because your standards are raising, it's like you're going to start to really, Two of Cups reverse, Empress reverse, feels like you're starting to really see the ways that you have not been caring for yourself the way that you should, the way that you've been prioritizing your connections over yourself, the ways that, you know, your cup has been left wanting. And it's going to, and I feel like some of you are going to have a really adverse or sharp reaction where all of a sudden it's just like the light bulb goes on and it's just like, I've got to cut this off. Or there may be an ending of a relationship with someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. I feel like this person is really sharp. Page of Coins and the Emperor. Yeah, this person may be really mean or dominating in some sort of way. And it's important for you to not allow yourself to be cut down or feel diminished by these people. Allow yourself the space, like understand that these endings are opportunities for you to start to reinvent yourself, you to really shift, you to figure out who you are and what you want to build, and how to turn these previous betrayals into opportunities of power. There is like the Emperor looking away. It's like the Emperor was built on, you know, how many times did the Emperor try to take care of people and help people out before just, you know, doing it for himself? How many times has the Emperor tried to be betrayed? You know, like once you get yourself to this Emperor level, you're pretty known. People know you. And so that brings these, you know, these onlooking, envious eyes. And so I do feel like some of you in your process of glowing up, they're calling you, they're saying you're like abandoning them, you're betraying them because you're choosing to take care of yourself. Like the fuck? So don't let yourself get gaslit. Don't let yourself get talked out of taking care of yourself and breaking free the way that you know you need to. Please clarify the Empress. Interesting enough, with the Empress and the Emperor both out, there is a power couple, I feel like, available, power couple energy available to some of you on the other side of you really getting to the bottom of why your Empress is currently reversed. Regardless of if you have what your genitalia is, there is some need to rectify the energy or the connection that you have with your divine feminine. Because look at that. You know, like getting yourself to a point where you feel so you and you're willing to let your freak flag fly and be your whole fucking self. And whenever you're able to do that, bam, there's this power couple energy coming in, and someone that very much so is in awe of you. Look at the way that he's looking over at the Empress. And she's just like, yeah, I know. That's how it's supposed to be. The masculine, regardless of genitalia, the masculine is meant to be in awe of the feminine. And vice versa. But shit has been so out of balance right now. You know, I mean, not right now, but for, you know, centuries. Please clarify the Empress reverse. What actions are needing to be taken to the world? Some of you, it's like, you know, you just need to close this door. You need to honor the ways that people have changed. There may be somebody with, this is Saturn. So there may be somebody, this Capricorn and Aquarius season are going to be very, like, it's like wrapping it up, the culmination. Because you know, spring is the real new year. So it's important to really start to gear your intentions and your thoughts towards like what you want spring to be looking like. And not even what you want spring to be looking like, how do you want to feel? Are there things that you feel like you could do with your energy? Is there more that you feel like you could accomplish? I feel like some of you feel a lot better after you graduate. You start taking better care after you graduate, or after you get to this next course. Feeling better after you travel. There's definitely some travel plans needed. I feel like maybe traveling with this Capricorn or Aquarius. There is just someone new coming in. You don't want a baby, be careful. The Nine of Pentacles. Yes, this is very abundant energy. Venus in Capricorn. And then Venus goes into Aquarius. And so like the benevolence, it's like solidifying in your personal life so that you can really start to impact your personal collective. That transference of wealth that I've been talking about for a while now is really going to start like showing itself. All of a sudden you have the things, you just are taken care of, you just have what you need. Feeling really connected to the earth, feeling really connected to yourself, feeling really connected to your physical body. I feel like, interestingly enough, it's really important this winter to keep physically active. It's like, yeah, you're going to want to eat and all those things, but like let yourself still like work out. Three of Pentacles reversed. I feel like some of you are really going to be, this Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, I feel like is going to do another purging of like your friend group and who you're around. There may be, or also who you work with. There may be some like things that you're noticing about the company that you work at, or things that you're noticing about the people that you work with. Things that you feel like you could do better. Some of you maybe are thinking about entrepreneurship, thinking about doing something on your own. I feel like some of you are finally like, you're ready to make a game plan. And I feel like it would be great for you to do that. For some of you, the game plan involves you going back to school. And you've been feeling the call, you've been feeling the pull, you already know it's going to happen. So it's like you might as well go ahead and start like lining things up so that, and this isn't for everybody, this is those of you who know you need to go back to school or get some sort of like certification or take some sort of class. I do feel like there are new like rituals and traditions, new values that are coming in that are going to shift your perspective and shift what you judge. I feel like some of you already have skills that you're needing to really invest in, focus on, so that you can get to that point. And also the focusing on, some of you is just like, stop focusing. You're focusing too much on romantic love, focusing too much on relationships, on that twin flame bullshit. Stop with that. Your twin flame came in, lit your fucking ass up, and now you're supposed to be falling back in love with yourself. Your twin flame, it wasn't your twin flame. If you're out here like, why aren't they back? Where are they going? No, that's not, anyway, we're not doing that right now. There is this leveling up that is required, and it has something to do with the reprioritization of, in the hierarchy of how like love and romantic love, platonic love, and self-love, like what's the hierarchy? Please clarify the Hierophant. Because I feel like it's like the long-term relationship that you're wanting. It's not something that you're going to have to put all of this like effort and like, angst into. It's something that flows into you because you've been taking care of yourself. And then you can really go to the next level. So some of you, it's like you know what you need to work on. You need to focus on yourself. You need to start turning your back on prioritizing all of these distractions, all of these external distractions, because there is some sort of leveling up by way of information technology that's going to put you, it's like you put in the work and your skills or whatever your talents get like sought after. you being sought after for your judgment, for your skills, your morality, the products you make, the things that you do. When it's time to hydrate, it's time to get the game plan together about making the big decision that is like bettering yourself, seeking out higher education. Mars is currently in Sagittarius right now, and so there is this motivation or desire or ambition to be the best, to have like all the knowledge, to do all the things, to like read all the books. And I just, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing like why I'm behaving the way I've been behaving. I've been reading so many books. I've been powering through like books and just like hungry for knowledge, and I'm ruled by Mars. So I just connected that dot for myself. Anyway, the moon has been coming out so much. I feel like this full moon in Cancer is going to be really important because I do feel like there is this letting go of the veil. Ooh, interesting. Even just as I said that, I saw that Justice, she has this like blindfold veil kind of thing on. I feel like you can see through. Like she can see. She can see, but blindfold on, blindfold off, like the veil coming off. The illusion breaking and you being able, it's like some of you, it's like the divine has really like become aware of the ways that you've been wronged. There's like, and karma is coming in. I feel like this is like your karma is really going to start to become obvious. You're going to start to like see the way that karma has played out. You're going to start to be able to it's going to be really important for some of you to make informed decisions. The Hierophant clarified by Justice. Justice is big decisions and cause and effect. Really needing to make sure you read the fine print, make a contract, or like get everything in order in some sort of way before making this big decision. But I do feel like there are secrets or big decisions or some things coming out. Maybe some of you, there's some sort of revelation in your long-term relationship. Some of you are deciding, do I stay, do I go? Some of you are sensing mysteries, sensing secrets. There may have been keeping someone's secrets, things of that nature. Temperance coming out. There may be people with substance abuse issues, or just like really upsetting situations that you are needing to reach for new tools to cope with the upsetting situation. Because the old tools, getting angry or storming off or leaving, doing the back and forth thing, like that's not going to work. It's not going to work anymore. And the divine is saying, Four of Swords, it's time to get quiet, to get still, to allow yourself to really do the work. Aren't these cards just beautiful? It's just time to really let yourself do the work, the internal work, listening to yourself, meditating, prioritizing yourself, connecting with your spirit, connecting with your thoughts, practicing mindfulness, practicing being in the present moment, getting really comfortable with how your body experiences intuition, how you process that knowing, what those gut feelings feel like. Does it happen? Do your palms get sweaty? Do you get a headache? Do you clench your jaw? Do you tighten up? Like, how does it manifest in your life? Do you have a That's So Raven moment? And, like whatever, it's like it's time to really get comfortable with how the divine speaks through you and really listening to your intuition so that you can make decisions from a place of a sound mind. Please clarify judgment. I feel like there's definitely big decisions. Justice is the deliberation, judgment is the verdict. So there are big, I feel like also some big court cases. There's a lot about to be exposed in regards to court cases. That's another thing about the nodal shift here that I want to point out. When the South Node gets up in Scorpio, ain't no hiding. There's going to be so much bullshit coming to light. So we're going to see so much about this, like this upper class, these 1%ers, all of the people who are really pulling the strings behind our government, the country, all that. So much is coming to light. So much is getting revealed. Pluto is still all the way up in Capricorn and is not done. And I think the exposés are going to be so painfully public. There is no unseeing. There is no going back. And that's going to be the beginning of a revolution within all of us. Because this shit can't continue. The revolution is coming in. The opposition, the pace is about to pick up. And if you listen to the divine calling on your heart, you get to get fast-tracked. 4 of Wands. For some of you, there's definitely a new love relationship coming in. Some of you, I feel like you're leaving a marriage, and some of you are really taking your time to decide if you can trust this. And I do feel like there is let's see these next 2 cards. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands reversed. Some of you are scared about all the fun. Those of you who are getting married or engaged or something like that, I feel like you or your partner is scared about all the things that you know, like a little bit of cold feet. And I don't want to plant a seed of fear, but I do feel like it's time to talk about the bounds of your relationship and you making up your own rules, because I do feel like one of you is scared of what you'll miss out on, or scared about the way that being married will change your connection in some sort of way. So I do feel like there is, don't perpetuate or make decisions that sustain a foundation of lack or fear. It's time to really let that old lack mentality, scarcity mentality, let it go and really break out of that. And it starts by way of your mind, not necessarily by way of brute force or your actions. It's time to talk and communicate about things. I do feel like there are really good times coming in. It's just important that we start to really listen to our intuition. Almost 40 minutes. The sun on the bottom of the deck. Yes. So I definitely feel like there are people with Scorpio placements coming in that are going to be really impactful. The fire signs are showing up really strong. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. I do feel like there are going to be transformative kind of connections there. I want to pull from the Loteria. What is the North Node in Taurus bringing in? El Twitter. I'm telling you, these nodal shifts is bringing in to can't shit hide from Twitter, El safe space. I do feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be exposed for their shady shit. So you better make sure that you are living by your moral compass, that you're not judging people more harshly than you're judging yourself. There ain't no room for hypocrisy up after this nodal shift. There really isn't. El Pride. Yeah, I do feel like there is this new level of pride and happiness and contentment within yourself. Really, and it's funny because I said something about letting your freak flag fly. I feel like maybe even some of you are coming out. Some of you are really, don't U-Haul, don't move in with somebody immediately. Take your time before you move in with people. I feel like get a plant before you get a pet. Get a pet before you have a baby. Make it make sense. All right. What do we need to, final thing that's coming in? Healing crystal. I feel like you're needing to stop relying on external tools for your healing. You are the crystal. And what do we need to work on? Uber. So maybe that chariot energy, getting in motion, getting forward. And Boomer. I feel like getting out of this getting away from old traditions, moving away from those old cultural restrictions. Maybe there's some dogma or religious repression or religious issues that are needing to be addressed here. I mean, we're already at 40 minutes. What's another 5? Might as well pull from the polychrome. And what aspects of ourselves do we really need to work on with this transit? Healing. Allowing that Kundalini energy to rise. And the mother. Wow. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Taurus is a very feminine sign for sure. There is this nurturing, this healing. And as soon as I asked that question, like, what do we need to work on? Internally, my guys are just like, why is there so much work? I thought we unsubscribed from the struggle. I thought we unsubscribed, right? So healing that need to, healing that connection to receptivity, healing that connection to always being the mother, maybe you allowing yourself to be mothered, you allowing yourself to be taken care of, the survivor and vision. Yeah, I do feel like there's time to there's like breaking free of survival mode finally, learning how to put your weapons down, learning how to lean into trusting your foresight, trusting your gifts, trusting your abilities. Yeah. Leaning into divination, leaning into reaching for your ancestral gifts, reaching for your, I also just heard ancestral abundance is coming in for some of you. So some of you, it's like you have been getting like, it's like also from your mother's bloodline or from a female bloodline. I feel like there is just all this healing on the mother's bloodline. Some of you are just really, the survival mode that you've been in has kept you in a very masculine place. And I feel like now there is just so much healing work and divination work that can be done to usher in that prosperity. It's coming in, y'all. North Node in Taurus, I feel like, is really going to limitations. It's going to show you the limitations, judge, in memory. I feel like there's a period of exposure and reflecting on what has not been working so that we can start to usher in a new foundation for what prosperity gets to be to us going forward, individually and as a collective, because this is happening in Aquarius season. So trust and believe the collective will be impacted, and there is just cords to cut. There are cords to cut so that we can bring in that visionary, that Queen of Wands, entrepreneurial visionary of the zodiac, so that we can really ascend and progress in a very like evolution, on a very like just as a species on an evolutionary like way. It's time to really evolve. I love you. This is gonna be good. It's only getting better, babe.